28 miles per hour top speed, 850 watt peak power motor, 48 volt removable battery with a range of over 45 miles, and a design that allows you to fold the bike to its half its size, all at an affordable price tag. Does Engwe's latest e-bike C20 Pro live up to your expectation? Let us find out. Hello everyone, SHIVASAPKOTA here. We review electric bike, electric scooters, and a lot of electric vehicle products. We have reviewed a lot of folding electric bikes in this channel and smaller folding electric bike like the Jetson Bolt Pro. And I have yet to come across a true competitor for those smaller electric bikes, where we're always looking for upgrading the electric bikes to a larger motor, so 350 to 500, adding an extra battery, adding the gearing system. And I think this bike does it all at a value package. This bike currently costs $750 on the pricing that is listed on their website today. So rather than adding a bunch of batteries on the smaller electric bike, making it go faster, this one can go up to 28 miles per hour. The unboxing and setup follows a typical e-bike setup. It comes well packaged like the other e-bikes. I like starting with the front wheel installation so I can easily put the bike in its kickstand. Next, I install the handlebar stem. Engwe uses a bit uncommon stem where you actually have to install it yourself. Make sure the stem faces at an angle from the front. That's the only way it will be straight, otherwise it will tilt at an angle. Then tighten the bracket to secure the stem. Next, you can go ahead and install the handlebar and secure it. The seat post installation is a typical process. The fender installation is also a very straightforward process by using the screws that came with the bike and the kit that came with the bike. Finally, install the pedals. These pedals are clearly marked right and left. And that's it. The installation is complete. Upon a first glance, this is a mini version of the Engwe's Engine Pro upgrade e-bike we reviewed last month. And honestly, the C20 Pro actually has some of the high-end features we highlighted on the Engine Pro upgrade. A couple of highlights on the features here. So we have got this large tires. These are 20 by 4-inch tires. So these are fat tires, as you can see. They are compatible for all types of terrain. They can easily take you through the grass road. You can go through a little bit of gravel road, and these tires do really well. So this is a great upgrade from some of the smaller electric bikes because these tires are very capable. They are not those small 14 inches tires anymore. It got a disc brake on the front and the rear, and this front tire is actually a quick release. So makes it even easier. It already folds and it becomes small, but if you wanted to remove this front tire, you can do that, and that is not a typical feature that we find on e-bikes that are under $1,000. It has this front fork suspension. This is not the greatest suspension, but it does the job. You know, don't expect a very smooth, buttery ride like the Engwe Engine Pro 2 that I talked about, but it does the job, and having a front fork suspension really helps you absorb some of those bumps. They send you some carbon fiber fenders for this product, and they are Engwe brand. This headlight is really nice in the front right here. It is very bright and it projects well at night. Then you have got your cockpit, your brake levers, and then this folds as well. So this folds right here in the middle, and then this also folds to adjust the steering wheel height. So if you wanted to adjust this height, you can do that. And that is another thing that we had complaints on those smaller sub $1,000 electric bike, is not being able to adjust that handlebar stem. Then it has a really nice design. It's a very minimalist design here. I would have probably liked they added a rear rack, but it does the job. These pedals are actually folding pedals. All you have to do is you pull onto this bracket right here, and then you're able to fold this. So again, adding to the details of being portable and easy to transport this bike. Then you have got a really nice sturdy kickstand. They also added this seat design that is very impressive. Super soft saddle, so it makes your ride very comfortable. They should have probably added a suspension post right here, but you can easily add that aftermarket. Those are not very expensive, but that would have made this bike even better. But very nice, very cushiony, soft saddle. We have the 500 watt Bafang motor. This is a really nice motor. It gets you going really quickly. It is a little noisy, so I don't know what they did with that, or maybe it's just my unit, but the motor is a little noisy, so just keep that in mind. We got the Shimano derailleur here. This is from the Tourney, which is, you know, kind of on the low end for the Shimano system, but it does the job well. It has this really nice ascent. This is electric bicycle. Again, the design is just amazing. The minimalist design that makes this bike stand out. And I really like this frame right here where the battery is, of course, and then you can fold this. So just making it packs all the features that we have been wanting. A folding body frame, an adjustable handlebar, 500 watt motor, a large 48 volt battery. So I just feel like this bike just compacts everything that we talked about that are missing on the smaller electric bikes we have reviewed in the channel. One thing I wish Engwe did was added an integrated tail light. They only have a reflector here, and that is pretty common for a sub $1,000, in this case sub $800 electric bike. But I would have liked at least to have a blinking tail light here where we can push a button and then, you know, battery operated and whatnot. You can easily add that, but I would have liked it came with the bike. Doing a little deeper dive into the specification, the Engwe C20 Pro comes with a 500 watt nominal motor with a peak power of 850 watt. For smaller e-bikes like this, we typically only see a motor sizes of 250 to 350 watt. So this is a significant upgrade from the common configuration. A big benefit of having a larger motor is giving you higher propel power on hill climbing abilities. This bike is rated for up to 20-degree hills with some pedaling. The larger motor wouldn't perform at its optimal level without also having a powerful battery. So stepping up from the competition, Engwe included a 48 volt 10 amp hour lithium-ion battery on its electric bike. The 48 volt battery typically starts showing up after the $1,000 price range. We're used to seeing 36 volt batteries in similar e-bikes. This should have gone to 20 amp hour battery though, to make this e-bike versatile for all types of riders. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to fully charge the battery. You can either charge the battery directly by plugging it in, or removing the battery and then charging it separately. The bike comes with a 20 by 2.4 inches all-terrain fat tires. I wouldn't call this an off-road tires, but they're great for slight off-roading, but perform exceptionally well in paved, dirt, and grass roads. You can easily go between different surfaces. The Engwe C20 Pro has a 7-speed gearing system from Shimano. It works flawlessly, but I do wish they were using Shimano Altus instead of the Tourney for a smoother gearing, especially under heavier load. Tourney is the very low-end version of the Shimano gearing system. Here is the night riding footage. The projection is quite good and it has really bright headlights. Again, I wish they included an integrated tail light. The e-bike has 5 pedal assist modes and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. I understand that hydraulic brakes are probably out of reach for an e-bike on this category and price range, but I think any e-bike that goes over 25 miles per hour should seriously come with hydraulic brakes. They use Wu-Zing disc brakes, which do not have as good of a review, for example, as the Tektro brakes. The brakes work really well though. So for the cockpit of this electric bike, as you can see right here, we got this grips that are very comfortable. They're made out of plastic. They got some palm support here. And then on the left side, we got our pedal assist plus and minus button here. So all you have to do is to increase and decrease the pedal assist level. We just have to press on this buttons here, and then it will go from there. We have got a cruise control button right here on the side. So you just have to press and hold on that for the cruise control. There's a headlight button, and in the bottom, there is a power button there. Of course, we got our mechanical bell right here. And then from here in the very middle, we have this really nice looking screen. It is very bright, even in the sun's anti-light. Right here, the sun is directly hitting on the screen. And as you can see, it's still visible. So brightness, kudos to Engwe for that. Towards the right, we have our gear changers. This is the shifter. So we got 7-speed system from Shimano. Shimano has never disappointed us. It always performs really, really well. So you can easily adjust this shifter right here. Then you have got the half twist throttle. So this is pretty common on electric bikes these days, where you have your grip right here, and half of the grip is the twist throttle. So all you have to do is twist this throttle, then you can stop pedaling, and then it will just go. For what it is, I think this has a pretty narrow handlebar. I would have liked a wider handlebar, probably up to here and here, so that it'd be a little bit easier. And as you can see, it is pretty cramped. Out here, I can't even, I have space to put a cell phone mount here, but it's a very tight space. This feels more like a scooter's handlebar, not a electric bike's handlebar. So in future design, I hope that Engwe provides a longer, wider handlebar so that it will be very easy to ride and just for comfort, Another thing I really like about this electric bike is the adjustment of the pedal assist levels. Right here, I am in 0 assist mode, and I can easily pedal because I have got the 7-speed system, and I can adjust that for the hill climbing and whatnot. But as soon as I press on the plus icon and it goes to 1, it doesn't give me that big push that typical electric bikes do. And I don't like that. I want to be able to customize it, and Engwe's Engine Pro upgrade had that customizable option so that I could say, okay, only give me like 5% push or 10% push. And I'm not sure if this bike has that adjustment, but I really like the level 1 on this bike. It doesn't give me the huge push, it just gives me that moderate level that helps me get going from the human powered mode to the electric bike mode without giving me that huge big push. And then if you go to number 2, then this one, number 2 feels more like number 1 on other electric bikes. So I really like that about this electric bike. Let's go over the performance testing of this electric bike. I was able to consistently hit 24 to 26 miles per hour top speed on a flat terrain with just throttle and no pedaling. So depending on the battery level, terrain, and your weight, you can probably hit 28 plus miles per hour top speed. That is shockingly higher than the typical 15 to 20 miles per hour top speed we see on these entry-level e-bikes. At 185 pounds with mostly higher pedal assist levels and throttle, I was able to achieve 25 miles of range. While this is less than the advertised 45 miles, if you strictly use the lower pedal assist mode, I do expect you can reach those higher range values. This is where I think Engwe should fit a larger 14 or 20 amp hour battery to get more than 50 miles of range with higher pedal assist levels. But even at 25 miles of range, this is exceptionally well compared to other electric bikes on this price range. I tested a couple of hills for its ability to hill climb. I only used throttle and no pedal support at all. There is a 10-degree hill, and I test other e-bikes and scooters here. We typically get about 10 to 12 miles per hour speed on a 500 watt motor. Here we're staying steady at 15 miles per hour, and the bike doesn't feel like it is about to stop. Here is a 12-degree hill. We typically get 8 to 10 miles per hour speed here with a 500 watt motor. We got 11 to 12 miles per hour, which is slightly better than the typical performance. This bike kept pushing me though and didn't feel sluggish like some of the other e-bikes we have tested here. Let's bring this review to an end. I am impressed with the quality of this bike and its performance. The speed is much higher than the typical entry-level e-bikes and even higher than some of the sub $2,000 e-bikes we have reviewed in this channel. This bike just packs some of the high-end component at an affordable price range. As I said in the beginning, for smaller e-bikes like the Jetson Bolt Pro, they are great as an entry-level e-bike and you get a lot out of it, and those bikes are priced at just the perfect price point. But some of you end up upgrading components like we did in this channel. I mean, I have upgraded everything on my Jetson Bolt Pro, where I have did the speed boost, I have added a higher power motor, gearing system, larger capacity battery, which all cost me a lot of money, several $100s easily. And I would personally rather get an e-bike which has those components but doesn't significantly cost more money. So that is where I think Engwe C20 Pro is a very good competitor to smaller e-bikes like the Jetson Bolt Pro or the DYU S2, where you get higher speed, you get higher motor, higher high hill climbing ability, larger range, gearing system, everything that you're missing on those electric bikes. I think hydraulic brakes makes sense for this bike, and I strongly hope that Engwe considers it. They should also add a rear rack and absolutely an integrated rear tail light. What are your thoughts about this e-bike? Does this fit your criteria in terms of spec and budget? Do you own similar e-bikes, and how does this one compare? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider being a channel subscriber, and I'll return with another e-bike review soon.